to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Time to go.
Die Mirai. Wo müssen wir denn nun hin? Ja. Moment. So. Wenn ich Glück habe, nur Glück habe. Die gab es ja genau hier drüben. Mal abwarten und mal schauen. Wir sind, ja, wir reisen als Blitz. Da drüben würde ich gerne hin. Es ist schön zu wissen, dass jetzt hier auch ein Portal ist. Schade. Weil habe ich mich dann doch noch nass gemacht.
Time to go. Into the wind.
This should be the place, but Sankanomiya was right. It doesn't look like anything suspicious is going on. Could they be hiding? Let's see what we can find. Yikes! A huge large drill! Was it drawn out by the electro energy?
Ah. Ups, falscher. Den wollte ich gar nicht.
As one winged in cloud. Retribution.
I swear by my sword. Go as one.
So. Der war schnell weg.
Phew. Glad that's over. As monsters go, that one was pretty tough. But what's such a huge Thunderhelm Lodge Trail doing here in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Also, the atmosphere here gives Paimon the creeps. Anyway, the good thing is that it's over now. We should probably get going. Huh? Tepe, what are you doing here?
Wow, this is a surprise. I didn't know you were the ones investigating here. I just got back from delivering some supplies to the front line. I figured I'd stop by and clear any threats in this area on the way back.
Are you alright there, buddy? You're looking slightly the worse for wear.
I'm fine. It's nothing. I must have caught a cold a couple of days ago while I was out at sea. On my way past, I heard that someone had just arrived on the island to investigate, so I thought I'd come and take a look. If there'd been some real danger, I might have had the chance to be the hero. Shame it was just you guys. Guess I came here for nothing.
Tepe, don't you think there's something strange about this place?
Now that you mention it, there is something a little off about it. It could be that the Tatarigami is more palpable here, I guess. We're not that far away from Orobashi's remains.
Orobashi? Who's that?
A god. Look, there's the corpse over there.
Ah, it's a gigantic snake skeleton! Oh, it looks
Orobashi was the one who brought our ancestors from Menkanomiya to the surface. That's the origin of the Watatsumi Island you know today. Our ancestors regarded it as a guardian deity. But during the Archon War, Orobashi invaded Yashiori Island. The Raiden Shogun came out in person and slew Orobashi with the Muso no Hitotachi. That same slash also formed what later became known as Musojin Gorge.
The Raiden Shogun created Musojin Gorge in one slash? Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yes, but the Archon War was brutal. And Yashiori Island was completely destroyed during that battle. They say the Shogun lost something very dear to her along the way, too. Since Orobashi's death, there has always been some animosity between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate, but our different beliefs have nothing to do with why the resistance was formed. We only rose up to fight against the Vision Hunt Decree. When Orobashi attacked civilization, the Shogun stood up and put a stop to it. But now that the Shogun is stripping people of their ambitions with the Vision Hunt Decree, it's time for someone to stand up and stop the Shogun. Alright, I'm heading back. I was just dealing with some of the Shogun's elite samurai, so I think I'm gonna take a quick breather, and it's on to my next assignment. You should report back to Sangonomiya as soon as possible. Don't stay here longer than you need to. Being around the Tatarigami too long won't do your health any good.
Pass auf dich auf.
Hey, don't worry about me. Peak condition.
Bei denen es ja auch so besonders geht. Das hört man ja.
Teppei's sure made some big progress if he's already dealing with Shogunate samurai. Paimon can hardly believe it. Let's report back to Kokomi.
So, dann mal zurück. Mal gucken, was er für uns hat.
Kokomi, we're back! Oh, look, Goro's here too! What happened? They look so serious.
Approximately how many people are exhibiting these symptoms?
I haven't had the chance to do a full count yet.
Kokomi, Goro, what's going on?
Recently, some of our soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerated aging. I called them in for questioning and found out they'd privately acquired some secret weapons from our sponsor. Most of them are highly ambitious types, vehemently opposed to the Vision Hunt Decree. They've been using these new weapons secretly since getting a hold of them.
So that's why the war has been going unusually well. But risky secret weapons are not the answer. We must put a stop to it immediately. Goro, have you managed to acquire one of these weapons?
Well, most of the officers refuse to hand them over. Still, I did manage to get one.
Das
Do
ist
you know something about this?
das teuflische Auge der Fatui.
So that means our secret sponsors, the Fatui?
But why would the Fatui do this? Forget that. There's no time. Right now, we need to inform the whole army to cease using their delusions immediately. All soldiers who have shown symptoms are to be taken for treatment. I just hope we'll be in time to save them.
Wait a second. Speaking of soldiers with symptoms...
Tepai.
No! Surely he can't have... let's go check on him.
Diejenigen, die sich nach den Blicken der Götter sehnen. Ah, hier. Und trotzdem sind hier noch so viele. Ja, okay, das war jetzt zu einfach. Das war wirklich zu leicht. Ja, Tablet zu finden scheint leichter zu sein, als man denkt. Also erstes schon mal nicht. Hat sich versteckt. Schade.
Oh. Hey guys. What are you doing here? Just a moment. Let me get up.
Wie fühlst du dich?
It's weird. I don't know where all my strength's gone. Oh, right. Yeah. I haven't had time to give you the full details. Well, I made a lot of great contributions to the war effort lately. Fighting the Shogun's army at sea, taking on Shogunate samurai all by myself, rescuing my comrades from an ambush. Things I never would have dreamed I could do when you first met me. If only I were stronger still. The stronger I am, the more I can do for the resistance. Wait a sec. Where's my secret weapon gone?
Erzähl mir von deiner Waffe.
It wasn't long after you were made captain of Swordfish 2. I met these mysterious people. Said they were with our supporters. They gave it to me and said that as long as I have the will to become stronger, his secret weapon will answer my call. It's just like a vision, isn't it? Of course, I've never used a vision, so I wouldn't know the difference.
Dies ist ein teuflisches Auge.
Delusion. Oh God. Doesn't sound very good. So, what's the difference between a delusion and a vision?
Es wird das Leben des Benutzers auszehren.
Gosh. Well, I suppose it's not too surprising that a mysterious weapon of unknown origins would come with its risks. I've been getting more and more tired over the past few days, and I have this strange sense of dread. At first, I'd find I was a little more beat than usual after a battle. Didn't think anything of it. But today, I got back and suddenly my vision was going blurry. This is a real shame. There I was, thinking I was catching up with you. Guess I didn't receive the favor of the gods after all. Hey, would you do something for me? When our uniforms are ready, grab mine for me. Bring it back here, and we can change together. What's that look for? Don't worry, partner. As soon as I've rested up, I'll be right as rain. Right as rain, I tell you. As soon as I've rested
Oh
up.
Mann.
Tepe!
Die Fatui.
Hey, where are you going? Hey!
Wir machen die Fatui dafür fertig.
How's Tepe's condition?
Die Situation hat sich plötzlich
I
verschlechtert.
have put out the order to cease all delusions. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but nothing serious. Sadly, a few have been less fortunate.
Your Excellency, I'm planning to establish a dedicated field hospital to monitor their condition. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Okay, I'll leave you to deal with the situation. I have to get to the front line. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now while we're scrambling to recover, it could well undo everything we have achieved so far. What are your thoughts?
Die Fatui aufhalten.
No, it's too dangerous. The Sakoku decree is still in force, so their delusions must be produced within Inazuma's borders. To organize an operation of this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge amount of manpower and resources. They can't have done it without local support. If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the delusions are made. But it's sure to be heavily guarded. It's dangerous to go alone. At least take some troops with you.
Keine
Your
Zeit.
Excellency, given the urgency of the situation, we were hardly discreet when confiscating the delusions. The Fatui are sure to take notice. If we spend any longer amassing our forces, they will get wind of our plans and make their escape.
Very true. Let me think. I gave this some thought while you were confiscating the delusions. The side of the factory must be big and secluded, but close enough to a transport route to ensure the supply of raw materials. Not many places meet these criteria, and if we take the locations where our soldiers receive their delusions into account as well, I suspect the site is likely to be the cliffs, near the ocean at the southwest of Yashiori Island. I'm not going to stop you, but please, be careful. We have lost too many courageous fighters already. I don't want to lose you too.
Lass uns gehen.
Huh? You mean to the delusion factory? Really? You aren't gonna think it over first? Fine.
Rache. Oder ihn retten, je nachdem. Mal schauen, was es wird. Fabrik der teuflischen Augen. Wird schon schief gehen, würde ich mal sagen. Scheint ja hier sehr stabil alles zu sein.
The wind knows. Come at me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Die paar Fatui kriegen wir ja hin ohne Probleme.
Looks like I went too far. Wind strata. You need to hurry up.
By royal decree,
As one with wind and cloud.
Na komm. Du bist ja eh so gut wie weg.
Into the wind.
Ich wollte mich noch umschauen, also.
Time to go.
So, is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal marrow.
Immer erst die Altäre ausschalten und dann geht's los.
Wait a second. Are they getting this from Rito? So the Conjure Commission are...
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Don't be a killjoy! Looks like I went too far.
Wind strike.
You need to hurry up. This was well done.
Hear me.
You need to hurry up. Roast.
Clouds high. The
Wo ist
birds
sie denn
call.
jetzt oder ist sie schon tot?
Wind strike.
Dann sie lebt noch. Okay, sie lebte. Truhe haben wir schon eingesammelt. Okay, hier geht's hoch. Die Situation der Bürgerkriege in der Zone ist jetzt ungewiss. Je länger sich der Krieg hinzieht, desto vorteilhafter wird uns die Situation sein. Um die Abhängigkeit der Widerstandskämpfer von teuflischen Augen zu vertiefen, müssen die Flammen des Krieges weiterhin geschürt und die Kampfwillen der Führung auf beiden Seiten weiter verstärkt werden. Ich rufe alle verfügbaren Kameraden auf, die Arbeit von den 2. Marineleutnant Nathan zu unterstützen. Unser Gonomia-Plan aus einen schnellen Sieg zu vereiteln. Falls es schief läuft, alles Erdenkliches ist. Und Nathan bei seinem Rücktritt zu unterstützen, bringt alle zu schweigen, die Informationen über uns und die Fatui nach draußen gehen könnten. Diese Mission ist von entscheidender Bedeutung. Die Sicherung unserer Versorgung mit teuflischen Augen. Keine einzige Detail darf übersehen werden. Okay. Miese Fatui.
Yikes! It looks dangerous. We better watch our step or we might get hit.
Das sieht hier gefährlich aus, aber...
Wind strike.
Nicht mehr als das andere. Oh. Ich dachte, das ist einfach nur Nebel. Jetzt müssen wir auch noch drauf achten, wann.
One with nature.
Ja, hat ein bisschen wehgetan. Ein bisschen. Und auf.
Intruder spotted! Do not let them impede the work of the Harbingers. You'll never get out of here alive!
Oh, noch mehr.
That all you got? Get out of my way! Almost. Let's end this quickly! It isn't time for a break yet! Stay right here, Killjoy! We've only just begun!
Da kommt der.
You can't run! Well,
Ich kann nicht rennen.
let's not waste time.
Dass ich nicht rennen kann, bezweifle ich.
Barbados, guide
It
us.
isn't time for a break yet! Killjoy!
Geht ja eigentlich ganz gut.
I miscalculated. Let's end this quickly.
As one with wind and cloud.
Na komm.
Wind strike.
Almost.
Mich in die Ecke dränge, ist einfach nicht meins.
Time for retribution!
I swear by my sword.
Magst du runterkommen?
Let's end this quickly.
Go as
Wie gesagt, er soll runterkommen. Ecke ist ein bisschen dämlich.
That hurt. Wind strike.
Now this idiot must have a death wish. Don't be
Inspektor des
intimidated.
Konflikts.
Lord Harbinger will be here soon.
Sie oder was?
purging transgressions. Got you. This is Her
Wind
Majesty's
strike.
gift. Wind, hear me.
Also wenn sie der Inspektor ist, dann weiß ich auch nicht. Tut mir irgendwie fast leid. Da fand ich jetzt, das war das davor ein bisschen härter. Sie ist halt 90.
Wind strike.
Power flows through me. Winter.
Boah. Also so besiegt man den Inspektor.
Go as one.
Hätte ich nur nicht so gedacht.
Retribution!
Wind strike. This one with wind and cloud.
Roasted fry.
I swear by my sword.
Wind strike.
This one's well done.
Na komm schon, fall um.
An unfortunate fault.
Geht doch.
You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
Oh. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob das gut ist.
Barely 2 words in. And you already look like you want me dead.
Ich stell die teuflischen Augen her.
Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing. You've changed. You're getting weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless. They were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in the weak. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal, don't you think?
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause. Just like a bubble on the water. Beautiful for a moment, then total destruction. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it. It's such a farce. You have to see the funny side.
Ist nicht inkompetent.
Hey, calm down! No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
Was ist passiert?
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Aha.
Okay, that's positive. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what I mean.
Wie genau konntest du?
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine?
and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant. Would you believe me? Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no? Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought.
Danke dir, Miko.
I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words. The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they?
Was ist denn danach passiert?
You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusions across the whole army. With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine. Well, anyway, that Songonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me.
Ist das der Grund für meine Rettung?
You've met her, right?
Ja, direkt unter der Statue bei der Zeremonie.
I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes?
In dieser Dimension?
Yes. The true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Aber warum macht sie sich so eine Mühe?
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity.
Song Li sprach auch von Erosion.
You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liyue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think? The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss.
Ich bin mir noch nicht sicher, was ich tun
The
soll.
truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it. The key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt decree? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside the Raiden Shogun's inner world?
You're a fast learner. In short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Otherwise, an eternity of darkness awaits.
Aber warum?
Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing. That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in the face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this. To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come along.
Das Anti-Shogun-Training. Oh Gott. Das kann ja noch was werden. Ich weiß noch nicht, ob ich mich darüber jetzt freuen soll. Naja, werden wir ja sehen.